Big announcement with the new patch of Path of Exile 2. We have the dawn of the hunt, meaning the Huntress will be coming to Path of Exile 2. So in this video here today, we're going to quickly look at the teaser, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about where that is going to exist on the skill tree and everything like that. But pretty much that's all you need to know for this video in my typical fashion of fronting the knowledge in this video. The Too Long Didn't Watch is we have a 25-second teaser that I'm going to drag into an 8-minute video, because this is my full-time job and I need to get paid. But if that's all you want to know, please feel free to go ahead and shut the video down. I'm going to provide a link to the actual 25-second video, which we're about to watch right now, in the description and the pinned comment. I just want to be respectful of your time and be transparent and upfront about it. Before you head out, if you are going to head out at least, please don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and also check me out on Twitch, where I will be streaming Path of Exile 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and plenty of other games. Let's get started here on the Huntress announcement for Path of Exile 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and press play. We got this bad boy running here and bring that volume down. Don't want any copyright strikes. So we know that the Huntress is one of the classes that was told to be coming soon. And we know the other one is Druid. But they were saying during the initial opening forays that Huntress is pretty much done. So as we can see here, I mean, that's it. That's the whole entire teaser. There's nothing really to go off of here. We have a live reveal coming on March 27th, as well as the ability to play it on PC and consoles April 4th. So April 4th is when that patch is coming live, I believe, with a lot of discussion and a lot of discussion of what's going on March 27th for that live reveal. And just to quickly show off, you know, just some of that, the lightest gameplay we've ever seen, right? Like there's two abilities that are going to be shown really quick here. So we have a throw capability that maybe is like wind related, maybe it's just physical. And then we have a really quick slam ability right there. And then we have this big old lightning ability. Now, for those that have played javazon in Diablo 2, right? A javelin Amazon. This is more in line with javazons. So Amazons from, again, that same game, but basically a javelin or spear wielding character. So with that, it brings that to the game. We will be seeing spears being added into Path of Exile 2. So let's now pivot over to the skill tree just to talk very quickly about the skill tree, where the Huntress will exist in that skill tree and what this could possibly mean for overlapping skills and builds and what have you. So here's our skill tree over here on Mobalytics. Now, if you didn't know this, the skill tree is already set as it is. When you select a class, it will slightly change certain nodes, but nothing drastic. You're not going to look at it and go, whoa, this is an entirely different node. It's like a very minor catering to that character. So for example, here we have the mercenary that is in the southern portion here, and the mercenary will share this tree with another person, just like the barbarian, oops, not barbarian, the warrior over here will share it with the berserker. And the duelist is what's going to be shared over here with the mercenary. But we already have the archer that exists in this area over here, right? Well, the Huntress will share this region with the ranger, with that archer. And when we jump over here, we can see all the fun stuff for spears. So we have increased damage with spears, damage with spears, damage, attack speed with spears, more damage with spears. It's going to be more damage with spears, and then it's just more damage with spears. So you can see just this little set of nodes right there really focuses on both attack speed and damage, which is interesting. I'm wondering if that's just going to change when we get the actual Huntress to be active, to play along with a lot of the abilities that we get with Huntress. Now, I can go ahead and type in here, you know, spear. And as you can see, there's nothing else on this board that is active for spear. Just the same as if I type in sword, there's very little active for sword outside of sword's parent node here. And again, that is going to be the same for pretty much everything. Versus if I type in crossbow, we get a little bit more play around the area here. But mainly what we want to see is, what we are not going to be able to see just yet, is how that Huntress is going to play into all the nodes that are around it, right? Like, what kind of damage types are we getting? We know we're going to be seeing lightning for one, right? So just to kind of take a look here, what do we currently have that a Huntress could take advantage of lightning wise? Well, there's some damage penetration over here for lightning. We get this one here for elemental equilibrium, more lightning damage increase here, electrocute and shock and all that over in this little cluster. We have this cluster over here for lightning damage from non-critical hits is lucky, damage penetration as well. So we have those capabilities here. Also, elemental. We have quite a few elemental nodes in this area as well, or clusters at least. So I think it stands to reason, just from what we've seen from the trailer, elemental properties are what we're going to probably expect on this for sure. But we should also be expecting plenty of lightning, probably some sort of fire action, maybe. Not a lot of fire there. Maybe that one was like a bleeding. Yeah, maybe some bleeding action that we can pull into this over in this direction, whatever it is. But it's going to be interesting to see what we get with the Huntress. Did I say Huntress? Poison is a good possibility as well, because it's already clustered over here. And the archer or a ranger, for example, takes advantage of plenty of great poison capabilities. And we see a lot of that stuff already kind of existing across lots of shock, a lot of elemental capabilities here. So I'm really wondering too what other stuff we can expect from the Huntress. Now, this might all be kind of like proofs in the pudding style of stuff from Path of Exile 1, but I don't have enough experience or exposure to Path of Exile 1. So if you do, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Like, yeah, it's probably going to be like this, dude. This is what it was like in the first one, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. I'm just kind of going off roughly what I'm looking here in this skill tree. And taking a look at this portion of the tree is not necessarily indicative of what we'll get. It just gives you an idea of general things that we can kind of theme ourselves around. Because remember, I mean, even if you're playing, I mean, my ranger goes all the way up here. He barely stays all the way down here. He picks up this cluster and goes over in this direction. My monk, my monk's actually pretty centralized over here. And same thing over here with warrior. But you don't necessarily need to stick in those directions. It just depends on the type of build that you want to do, right? Like if I'm doing a minion heavy build for witch, there's a lot of minion stuff that's over here where the druid and the templar will eventually be. So that tells us that the druid and the druid for sure, and maybe perhaps the templar will have lots of minion oriented things. And that's what I mean is you can get kind of a little bit of a hint as to what's going on for these characters by taking a look at this stuff. And I think maybe marks will play a bigger hand for the Huntress, even though marks are a bigger role as they already are right now, right? Maybe we can take advantage of more of those. Like what is our crits around here? Okay, we have lots of crit nodes, a lot of crit stuff. A crit hit chance is built into both of these, into this, both our bow and our spear section. Increase hitting chance with that. This is stun buildup and freeze buildup, elemental ailment. So just taking a look at these clusters gives us a pretty good idea of things. And I wonder too if we'll have something along the lines of flask play, like we already have with our current range class, right? So playing around with those flasks is another really fun portion of playing as a ranger, right? So I'd like to see more of that added in for the Huntress and get a sense for what that's going to be like on the long term. Now, Huntress is one a lot of people are excited for because they're going to get access to the spear. But keep in mind too, every single class we get access to is going to bring another weapon to the table. And with Druid, which is supposed to be the next one, it's going to be Primal. That's, I believe, the name of the Druid's weapon. And then with the Templar, we'll get access to like a flail over here, right? I think this is where the I don't even know. I think it's in this area right over here because it's like the Primal. It's not necessarily a direct weapon that it uses. Like Primal is like basically a shapeshift. So this, I believe, is for the Druid cluster, and this over here is for the Templars cluster for flails. So getting access to these weapons is exciting because it doesn't just present one thing for one class, it presents multiple things for more classes. Just like swords are going to open up a lot more possibilities for warriors, which is going to be very exciting. Same thing with axe coming in with the berserker. So all these things that are added, it just adds more flavor to other classes that can hopefully take advantage of them and makes for some really fun different combinations and ways to capitalize it. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section below if you are excited about the Huntress, what class you are excited about. Are you jumping back into the game with the econ reset and big patch coming with 0.2.0 coming April 4th to Path of Exile 2? But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.